Listen, there is a force within you so powerful, so unconquerable, that when harnessed it can reshape reality. It does not shout. It does not beg. It speaks in the quiet, in the sacred space between your thoughts where the divine meets your determination. This is not religion. This is spiritual physics. Your silence isn't empty, it's a sleeping giant. That quiet space between your thoughts, that's where miracles are manufactured. While others drown in noise, you're cultivating something far more powerful, the unshakable certainty that comes before the storm. The world's greatest moves weren't announced with fanfare. They were born in the sacred silence of disciplined minds. Your stillness isn't weakness, it's the coiled tension of a divine spring, gathering unstoppable force. When you master this quiet, you tap into a frequency most never accessed, where prayers aren't spoken but lived, where faith isn't heard but felt. This is how legends are made. Prayer isn't begging, it's spiritual warfare with heaven's authority. Weak men kneel in fear, warriors kneel to receive their battle plans. When you shift from pleading to decreeing, you activate a supernatural law that must obey your words. The prophets didn't whisper timid requests. They thundered commands that split seas and crumbled walls. Your mouth becomes a divine weapon when your prayers carry the weight of it as finished, rather than if it's possible. This isn't religion, it's the ultimate power play. The moment you stop negotiating with obstacles and start commanding them, the universe has no choice but to rearrange itself in your favor. Mountains don't respond to complaints, they bow to conviction. That obstacle mocking you, it's not solid, it's waiting for someone with unshakable faith to see through its illusion. Your doubt screams about the mountain's size, while your faith whispers of its impending demise. History's giants didn't climb obstacles, they commanded them to move. The moment your inner certainty outweighs external reality, universal forces conspire to make way. This isn't positive thinking, it's spiritual physics in action. Your mountain isn't waiting for God's hand. It's waiting for your faith-filled declaration to trigger the landslide of breakthrough. The impossible trembles when believers stop asking and start declaring. Miracles aren't exceptions, they're your birthright, waiting to be claimed. What fools call supernatural, champions understand as spiritual law in motion. The same force that parts seas and raises the dead lives dormant within you, activated only when your belief shatters human limitations. Stop waiting for signs and start creating them. Every great miracle began as someone's impossible dream. The universe doesn't respond to need, but to unwavering conviction. Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's already here, waiting for you to tear down the curtain of doubt separating you from your destiny. When you stop seeing miracles as magic and start recognizing them as your divine inheritance, heaven's floodgates swing open. Discipline is the bridge between prayers and miracles. Cross it, or watch your dreams die. The difference between wishful thinking and world-shaking faith. Relentless daily action that turns spiritual conviction into tangible reality. Winners don't just believe, they build brick by brick while others sleep. Your breakthrough isn't hiding in some mystical realm, it's buried beneath layers of disciplined effort, waiting for you to dig it out. The moment your habits align with your divine vision, universal forces mobilize to your aid. Prayer plants the seed, but discipline waters it. Skip the work and you'll start your own miracle. Champions aren't born, they're forged in the furnace of focused, faithful action. Faith without works is dead, but faith with action becomes unstoppable. Prayer becomes powerful when your knees lift you into motion, not just meditation. The spiritual realm responds to movement when you take the first step. Miracles meet you halfway. You weren't called to be a spectator in your own breakthrough, but the lead actor commanding the stage. Every divine promise has a corresponding action required to unlock it. Stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating them. Your feet must march in rhythm with your fit. The Red Sea didn't part until Moses raised his staff. Your miracle awaits your decisive move. Heaven honors those who pray, then immediately pursue. The world will test your faith because untested belief is worthless. Every doubter, every obstacle, every delay is actually strengthening your spiritual muscles for the victory sown. They think they're breaking you, they're just pressure forming your unshakable conviction. The fire that tries to consume you is merely burning away weakness, leaving pure diamond faith. Warriors welcome opposition, it's the anvil where ordinary belief gets hammered into iron-slot certainty. Your critics are unpaid trainers forcing you to level up. The more they mock, the mightier your comeback. These trials aren't roadblocks, they're resistance training for the championship round. Let them doubt while you silently assemble your arsenal of answered prayers. Unseen forces work overtime during your silence. What looks like waiting is actually strategic positioning. While others demand instant results, you're allowing divine machinery to assemble your breakthrough behind the scenes. Every delayed answer is gathering compound interest in the spiritual realm. The caterpillar's cocoon appears as inactivity, but inside, a complete metamorphosis is underway. Your current stillness isn't inactivity, it's the universe aligning players, resources, and timing for your greatest reveal. Stop pacing the floor, start recognizing the invisible orchestration happening on your behalf. The most powerful moves in chess happen between the visible plays. Your greatest breakthroughs are being set up right now in the outscene. Divine timing, strategic patience. Victory begins in your mind before manifesting in reality what you can't see yet. You must believe first. Champions don't wait for external validation. They carry an unshakable inner vision that outshines present circumstances. Your current reality is just yesterday's thoughts materialized, which means tomorrow's breakthroughs are being shaped by today's mental blueprints. The moment your spiritual sight becomes clearer than physical evidence, the universe has no choice but to adjust. Stop looking for proof and start being the proof. While others need signs to believe, you must believe to see signs. This isn't fantasy, it's the fundamental law governing every great achievement in human history. Your words aren't just sounds, they're spiritual DNA reshaping reality. Every declaration either builds your prison or constructs your palace. Fools babble doubts while champions weaponize their vocabulary, speaking futures into existence. That obstacle isn't solid. It's waiting to be dissolved by your faith-filled confession. The universe responds not to your needs but to your decrees. Stop describing problems and start dictating solutions. Your tongue is the rudder steering your destiny. Will you speak wreckage or victory? Ancient prophets didn't negotiate with reality. They rewrote it through words charged with divine power. Now it's your turn. Silence the complaints and unleash world-shaping declarations. Heaven's waiting for your command. Your past failures aren't tombstones, they're launch pads for your greatest comeback. What looked like defeat was actually divine preparation, forging in you the resilience required for your next level. Every scar carries wisdom, every setback holds secret blueprints for your comeback. The world counts you out after one loss, not realizing you're being reborn in the fire. Champions aren't made in victory laps, they're forged in the furnace of adversity. Your darkest hour is just the prelude to your brightest breakthrough. Stop mourning what was lost and start mining those experiences for gold. Your greatest message will rise from the ashes of what tried to destroy you. The moment you stop asking permission is the moment your destiny accelerates. World changers don't wait for invitations, they crash through barriers with divine authority. Your hesitation isn't humility, it's rebellion against your calling. Heaven's already approved you, why seek human validation? Those stuck in the bleachers will always criticize players on the field. Your breakthrough isn't hiding in comfort zones, it's waiting beyond the fear wall. The Red Sea didn't part while Moses stood contemplating, it moved when he stepped into the impossible. Stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating them. Divine momentum favors the bold who act first and explain later. The gatekeepers can't stop what God has authorized. Your spiritual authority isn't given, it's taken through relentless faith and action. The kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Passive believers beg while spiritual warriors seize what's rightfully theirs. That mountain isn't waiting for God's hand, it's waiting for your command backed by unshakable belief. The centurion understood authority. He knew words carry power when spoken from conviction, not desperation. Stop waiting for a special anointing. You already carry everything needed to dominate your Tory. Demons tremble not at your title, but at your fearless execution of divine rights. Heaven responds to those who pray like it's done, then act like it's settled. Take your ground. Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's already here, waiting for you to claim it. The promised land wasn't future tense to Joshua. It was present possession requiring immediate occupation. What good is a check uncashed, a deed unsigned, a throne unclaimed? Heaven's vaults overflow with answers you've yet to withdraw. Stop waiting for circumstances to align and start enforcing your victory. That sickness, lack, or bondage has already been defeated. Your only task is to walk into triumph. The Red Sea has stood parted before Moses ever raised his staff. His action simply revealed what grace had already prepared. Your miracle exists now in the unseen, commanded into visibility. Your darkest hour is the birthplace of your greatest power. Midnight isn't the end, it's the launching pad for miracles. Prison cells become pulpits, funeral pyres fuel revivals, and grave sites birth resurrections. What looks like your defeat is actually God's secret preparation room. Joseph's pit became his promotion ladder. David's cave trained him for the palace. Your current struggle isn't destroying you, it's equipping you with supernatural resilience. The pressure you hate is forming your diamond. Stop complaining about the process and start recognizing the divine setup. This isn't your breakdown, it's your breaking through. Hell's worst attacks become your greatest testimonies. The darker the night, the brighter your light will shine. Your obedience in small things unlocks authority over greater things. Faithfulness when no one's watching qualifies you for platforms where everyone's watching. David didn't start with Goliath. He proved himself with lions and bears first. That seemingly insignificant assignment. It's your audition for destiny. Stop despising the day of small beginnings. Every giant oak was once a vulnerable sapling. The universe tests your stewardship with pennies before entrusting millions. How you handle obscurity determines whether you'll withstand fame. Your current season isn't a holding pattern, it's boot camp for your next level. Master this, and the next challenge will bow before your proven character. Small obediences birth giants' destinies. Your spiritual authority increases in direct proportion to your willingness to confront giants. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. Real growth happens in the danger zone, where faith is your only weapon. David didn't defeat Goliath by playing it safe. He ran toward the battle while seasoned warriors fled. Your greatest power awakens when you stare down impossible odds without flinching. That problem towering over you. It's not your obstacle, it's your promotion waiting to happen. The bigger the giant, the greater the glory when you topple it. Stop praying for safety and start demanding divine opportunities to prove what's inside you. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's charging forward while your knees still shake. Your persistence today is writing the victory speech you'll deliver tomorrow. Every ounce of effort is compounding interest in your breakthrough accounting. That door that won't budge, it's not locked, it's just building your spiritual muscles as you keep pushing. Champions aren't made in the first round, but in the final rounds when everyone else quits. Your current struggle is the exact resistance required to launch you further than you dreamed. Stop counting how many times you've fallen, start counting how many times you've risen. The universe always bows to stubborn faith that refuses to stay down. This isn't your breaking point, it's your tipping point. One more push changes everything. Your greatest power awakens when you act before the miracle appears. Faith isn't believing God, it's knowing He already God. Noah built the ark before the first raindrop. The priests stepped into the Jordan River while it was still at flood stage. Real faith doesn't wait for evidence, it creates it. That problem's staring you down. It's not your stop sign, it's your starting line. The moment you move as if your prayer is already answered, invisible forces mobilize to make it so. Stop waiting for perfect conditions and start walking on the water of raw belief. Your miracle isn't coming, it's waiting for you to step into its reality. Your divine moment arrives when preparation collides with opportunity. Will you be ready? Eagles don't suddenly learn to fly during storms. They've mastered their wings in hidden training. Joseph didn't develop leadership skills in the palace, but in the prison. Your current grind is the secret laboratory where destiny gets manufactured. Stop waiting for your big break and start realizing every disciplined day is breaking you into greatness. When heaven's timing meets your readiness, explosions happen. The question isn't whether your moment will come, it's whether you'll recognize it through eyes trained in faithfulness. Champions aren't born in the spotlight, but forged in the shadows of relentless preparation. Your spotlight moment is coming. Are you rehearsed? This is your moment. Not because the storm has passed, but because you've learned to command the storm. Not because the path is easy, but because your faith has made you unstoppable. The mountains didn't move to accommodate you. You grew taller than the mountains. The doors didn't open because circumstances shifted. Your faith kicked them off their hinges. Now walk forward like the answer is already yes. Speak like the victory is already won. Act like the miracle is already here. The power was never in the mountain. It was always in your mouth. It was always in your hands. It was always in your faith. So go take what's yours.